tilted lawyer in velvet gown, whispers of law beneath the moon's sweet glow. He's here to guide you through the undertow, from tales of love lost and battles won, to secrets that hide when the day is done. He'll paint the night with stories so stark. Welcome to family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. The lawyer's voice smooth like leather, piecing lives only he can tether. In the sultry jazz lounge, let the wisdom flow. Feel the rhythm in the late night glow. Through custody tangles and alimony strife, he navigates the drama of everyday life. With a wry wink and a cheeky remark, let's unravel family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark.
Hello, everybody. This is Omar Soretta with the Tilted Lawyer podcast, joined by Bruce the Moose. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen is a number in which you can call to leave a voicemail if you want to weigh in on any of these cases. There's no need to be shy. If we leave a voicemail, it's going to be screened by Dominic, and if it is up to par, then he will play it on air. Also, if you're so inclined, you're also welcome to join in or come in for like 5 minutes and talk about the case. It's up to you guys. We've done in the past. We've been getting these voicemails. I keep on getting messages because people want to see Bruce pictures of his antlers and stuff.
Oh my.
And so we've had to edit those out.
Oh, yeah.
No more of those.
Only after dark. Oh boy.
It was getting dark earlier and earlier. And by the way, on December 14th, we are planning a Christmas live stream extravaganza. We're going to be joined by Bruce, among many, many others. There's going to be shenanigans and tomfoolery and all kinds of crazy stuff. There's going to be a death nut challenge between me and my brother. We're going to have a good time. Anyway, that's December 14th. Let's get into our first case of the day. So case number one was this person. Let's start with this one. Okay, so this person wants to know, am I the asshole if I divorce husband for secretly taking...
You want to share your screen?
No. Why?
So Bruce can read it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why would we do that?
Cool. I am so
Ladies and gentlemen.
I am so out of practice, man. All right. I haven't done this show in a couple of weeks. I feel rusty. All right. So it says, all right. He got a $15,000 loan from his ex, like right off of the bat. What would you say, Bruce, if your imaginary wife were to obtain a $15,000 loan from her ex, or for any amount of money? And it was secret, I guess, would be the point, right?
So how does this work? So what did he actually do?
Well, let's get into the, let's read a bit of this. So it says, I don't even know how to process this. Bit of history. We've been together for 6 years, married less than a year. It's a good thing. He has always been a provider. He sees his worth by helping others normally financially. The man will give you, oh, shut up. In August, I noticed he had screenshot an email from his ex. They were together nearly 20 years and shared 2 children who are now all adults. That showed a link to a car dealership. When I asked him, he said she had asked for some help getting a new car, but he said no.
Ooh.
So imagine my surprise this morning to see he had transferred $15,000 in August to this dealership that was linked in the email from her.
Uh-oh.
Wait, I'm confused. Is he getting the money or is she getting the money?
It sounds like he made a down payment.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Dealership.
So how is that a loan then? Like, he's giving her money.
Maybe it's like a verbal thing. Like she'll pay him back the $15K at some point.
Oh, it ain't
Just
verbal
sort of
anymore.
like
They got a transaction.
a tenuous loan. Yeah. I mean, I assume if somebody says, "Hey, can I borrow some money?" I
Yeah.
always assume that if I give them the money, they will never pay me back.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I have to be okay giving the person the money as a gift and never expecting it back. That's the only way I will casually loan someone money.
With the understanding that you're not, what's up? What is up?
And maybe
Brad?
they pay me
I almost
back.
called you
and
Bruce.
maybe they pay me back, and that's great. But, I start with a bar of they're not going to pay me back.
I think that's just a life lesson. Like, if people ask you for money, if you lend it, you're lending it with the expectation that you're not getting it back. If you're not comfortable with that, don't lend it.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you helped someone, and you feel good about that.
I've got a story on that, actually.
What's your story, Brad?
Guy I knew, we participated in soccer hooligan shenanigans down in Washington, D.C., and he wanted a new computer because he was going to do photo editing. And he said, "Hey, can you build me a computer and I'll pay you, your money back?" So I wrote up a simple little contract and I said, "You'll pay me 12 payments of this, this, this." Well, then I didn't get paid. And then I was like, "Hey, man, you got the money, you got the money, you got the money." And he eventually just straight up stopped paying for a few months. And then I was like, "Oh, guess I'm on the sucker end of that one."
Hey, Brad, what's with your shirt, man?
Oh, this is my Pink Nightmare.
From a Christmas Story or whatever it's called. From the movie, yeah. I got you doing that. I got Bruce over here doing his Tim Pool impression. Or what's that guy's name? The guy that wears beanies?
Yeah,
What?
Tim Pool. Or, yeah,
I don't know
the
that.
Timcast.
Wait a minute.
Brad looks good in pink, We always have to
Schnitzel?
get Brad into
Is that
a
you?
pink- Oh, we got Schnitzel. now.
Hello.
How you doing? I thought she was out of town. I thought that we weren't going to be
Well, I am
graced with
I
your
am
presence
out
this
of-
morning.
Yeah, I am out of town, but I have a break right now from my work.
Oh, well, if
So,
I knew that
thought
you were
I'd
going to
hop
jump
on.
in, I'd do a lot more fun one.
Oh,
Anyway.
is this just a guy? Also, I can leave if you guys want.
Oh, no, you could
Don't
stay,
want it to
but
be a guy thing.
I had one about a gaycation that I'm waiting for Lauren. And so there's a guy that her husband wants to go on a gaycation with her brother or something. To say, wow. She's like, so now what? Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay. I keep teasing this. On December 14th, we're going to have our Christmas live stream. Everybody on the panel today is invited. I'm going to have a lot of other invites of people. There's going to be shenanigans, tomfoolery, and fuckery. And I gave the advert to all of you. I said, hey, clothing optional. And then I retracted. I was just kidding about the clothing part. Wear your clothes. Please do not. And then Lauren
Don't
was like,
threaten me with a good time.
I don't know if that's a good time or not, sir. I guess it's very subjective.
Well, we were
Well, and
talking
I
about
said-
it too.
Yeah, Brad wanted me to do like $1,000. Hey, if we raise $1,000 in the live chat or whatever, you'll take off your shirt. It's like, no, this is not an OnlyFans. We're not.
Oh, that's funny. Well, no one would know if I was naked.
Well, that's true. Or you could have like a naked lemon or whatever that is.
You're
Is that a
lemon.
lemon?
Yeah, the lemon wedge there
Oh,
Mhm.
on my schnitzel.
On your schnitzel.
Oh,
Hey, am I correct in assuming that a schnitzel is a sausage?
No, it's
Okay.
It's
beaten.
pork.
Yeah,
Oh, but you can make a sausage out of it.
generally it's pan
No.
fried thin
yeah.
pork.
I'm
So-
obviously not German, so
Breaded.
I'm not aware of the various things you can do to schnitzel.
We got to take you to Gustav's.
Yeah,
I'm
German,
down.
German for sausage is
Although-
worst. So
Yes.
The German
Wurst.
for sausage, really?
yes,
Oh, worst.
Wurst.
Yes.
So if you had a
But
schnitzel wurst, I guess that would be
W's in German are pronounced as V's, so
with
it's
a V.
Wurst.
Yeah, Wurst.
Yeah.
Yep.
Schnitzel wurst.
What
But
is
my
Winks
mom growing
talking
up would call us I don't know.
Yeah.
She
Well,
would call us her Wiener Schnitzels.
oh, that's
my.
just a hot dog place over in California. Do they have Wiener Schnitzel out in New
Really?
York? Yeah.
I don't know.
They got well on the East Coast. I know they got Skyline Chili. The California version of that is Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh,
These don't sound like
interesting.
authentic German food restaurants.
They're not. It's like it's like Taco Bell, basically.
but the
It's
thing
as
is,
authentic as Taco Bell is to Mexican food.
but Wiener in German is not talking about sausages. It's actually
Right.
veal. So
Yeah.
Oh, like actual veal. Like the
Yes.
the V is an actual V, not just a pronunciation.
yeah, it's
Got it.
Yeah. At JR.
But then the V in
Alright.
German is pronounced like an F.
Okay, so the German lessons on the show. Let us continue with this one. All right. So, Schnitzel, off the bat, man, let's just say that your husband lent $15,000 to an ex to buy a car and try to keep it secret. What would you do in that scenario?
So we're currently married and he went behind my back and used $15,000 of our money to buy his ex a car.
Or didn't try to hide it, just didn't tell you about it and just did it anyway?
That would be a huge problem.
But okay, see, as in my lawyer side is coming out. So there's separate property, there's community property. Separate property is what you have before you went to marriage, before you got into the marriage. It remains your separate property unless and until you commingle that property with the community. So like if he had an inheritance, for example, and he's got like $1 million sitting in a trust fund somewhere, and he just said, here's 15,000, it doesn't affect the community, it's his own separate property. Would it change your analysis?
No.
Okay, because we
Because
don't
also-
operate that way
Hey,
in
Omar,
relationships.
Does like a 401k, like if you accrue money in a 401k and then you get married and accrue more money in a 401k, are those two separate numbers that they look at it under?
Yeah,
or
because
what?
you'll have a separate property interest and then a community interest. And the community will be based on your contributions to the 401k during the marriage and the interest that accrued during the marriage. And that usually requires a qualified domestic relations order where an
PRO.
accountant goes and figures all that shit out. And it's really fascinating stuff.
so I think
Wait, so is it an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife?
Let's find out. I'm not even sure. She said an
Because
ex.
like
No, they
for
were.
me,
This is his ex that he was together with for 20 years. and
Yeah,
has
20
kids
years.
with.
2 children
okay,
who are now adults,
I
so
mean-
they're older.
that's a little bit different than just like an ex-girlfriend you dated for like a couple years. But
Right.
I guess more so than the money, to me, I would think why are you even like talking with your ex, and why are you wanting to buy them a car?
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you talk with your partner? If my husband did that, that would be a huge problem for me, finances aside.
I can tell you that I've had 0 reasons to talk to any of my exes for, I don't know, years. Like it hasn't occurred this decade on purpose. That's all I'm saying.
because I think taking it a step back, there's the legal aspect of he had money, it went away, but then there's violating the trust of the relationship,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that I think is what Schnitzel is getting closer
Yeah.
to, which is regardless of where the money came from, you're outright spending money on your ex, and that could
And talking
be,
with them, giving them attention.
So I'll
Well-
very quickly go over the legal ramifications of that because I know that people want the more salacious stuff. But the way that legally, because married partners are fiduciaries to each other, they owe the utmost confidence in handling matters of money and finance. And so if he were to just haphazardly give $15,000 to some other person without consulting with his partner, well, then that is recoverable in a divorce. But if it was from a separate property source, it's not the same thing. Now that I got that out the way, let's talk about what you guys were saying, which is the relationship aspect of it. So she has to consider what to make of all of that. So she says, imagine my surprise this morning to see that he had transferred $15,000 in August to this dealership that was linked in the email from her. I have told him I'm aware of the payment, and now I'm numb. He has history of going straight into self-preservation and lying, or by not giving the full story. And I'm not even sure I want to listen to what he has to say. He's home in a few hours, and I'm just thinking that I'll leave early in the morning and stay somewhere else. Well, maybe it's a good idea. She should blow off some steam. Just be careful how you blow it off is all.
But here's the question.
also,
Did he
like-
get the extended warranty or not?
And okay, so they have kids together, so I'm wondering, is it more of a situation where like the ex doesn't really have any money and she can't like doesn't
Well, the
have
kids
a
are grown.
reliable. Oh, they're grown. Okay.
Yeah. So they're
Mm.
adults. They're adults. You can't even make that argument anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a kindness that he gave to her. I don't know, man. I would be vehemently pissed.
I mean, are they millionaires? Is 15,000 like 1,500 to them, or is
Would it make
lot
a
of
difference
money?
if it was $15,000 or $150?
I think it would make a little bit of a difference. It'd be a little more understandable why, if I were giving an ex maybe, or my husband gave an ex $150 for something versus like $15,000 for something, that would be different to me, but I don't know how
Yeah.
different it would be.
I don't know. I don't think their incomes matter as much as the amounts. 15,000 is not an insignificant amount of money.
Yeah.
And so there's something, I don't know. What was that about? I think that it's a valid question. Whether or not it's right for them to initiate a divorce over it, I don't know. I guess it depends on his explanation. Luckily, there is an update that I'm eager to get into. So she wants to leave. She wants to blow off some steam. She's more than happy to give more context about past behavior. My brain is just muddled. The past behavior comment probably leads me to believe there's been trust issues in the past. Or maybe he's just the type to just do things on his own without feeling the need to consult with anybody because it's not going to be a big deal and he doesn't want to have an argument about it. Is that Lauren? Lauren the Schnitzel? Lauren the Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah.
What's up, Lauren?
Oh my.
What's up? I got like maybe 30, 45 minutes. I won't be able to stay for too long, but
All right, I'll tell you what. After we do this one, we're going to definitely jump into the gaycation one because that's what we brought you in here for.
oh, okay.
All right. All right, so here's the update. Well, so much for not letting my emotions take over. Yeah, that's a weakness of the fairer sex, isn't it? Am I out of bounds in saying that? Am I out of
Weakness? I don't
bounds?
know if I'd call
Oh,
it a
boy.
weakness.
Well, some would call it a strength, but others would call it a debilitative weakness.
Here's
Oh,
the
they
thing.
can go fuck themselves.
All right. It's just saying.
If you let your emotions stop you from doing something that you otherwise intended to do, then that is a limitation.
Yeah, it is a
And I don't
variable
know
to contend with.
if there are statistically significant data points on gender roles related to that or not.
I don't know, man. I just know that one of the reasons why. You know what? I'm not going to get into this discussion because I'm
I
going to
would
get in all
not
kinds
if
of
I
trouble.
were you. Look at men can
Yeah.
get bitchy as fuck.
Oh, they
I
can.
don't think it's just because of, female hormones, and men's can be men's can be assholes too. Anyway, yeah, let's skip that conversation for right now.
Will the men co-sign with me in stating that men definitely have periods? There are times when men get menstrual and they have their PMS spells.
I will say that there's an odd wave of emotions throughout a month, but I would not specifically call it a man period.
Oh, I would, because
A
I'm
myriad.
just,
I would
Of
need to
emotions.
see. I would need to see some chemistry on that. I would need to see some data.
I'm just gonna say that whenever I have expressed emotions, my wife will openly say, "Are you like having your man rag right now? Are you having your PMS?
Man rag?
Man menstrual? You're menstrual, like you're on your rag, but like you're a guy."
I've never
Oh
heard
boy.
that.
Oh, well, because you live in Florida and they do things differently out there.
Lauren, we got a lot of work to do.
Well, are
I
you
would
going to
say-
help me with periods? Is that what you're saying, Bruce?
I am now.
I would say humans have emotions.
They do. It's just that men, one of the reasons why they're said to have the upper hand in matters regarding relationships is because very often they don't engage too heavily in them and make it a variable that would affect their decisions. All right. So I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm just going to say, I don't feel like this is anything that we haven't brought up on the show. I don't think it's a big mystery that women are more emotional creatures than men tend to be. Why did we start talking about this?
I don't know.
She
You
started
got on
She
that.
says she started yelling like a crazy woman.
Oh, like a
And
crazy
she's not,
one. Oh,
and
her
she's
emotions.
not proud of it. On the
Yeah.
other hand, I don't know.
I didn't mean to attack
No.
her like that for her emotions because her emotions are valid.
Here's the thing: if she got fired up, did it change the outcome of the conversation or not? And we don't know that. So I think it's kind of a red herring.
Yeah, well, that too. And I'm willing to bet that if she did that to her husband and her husband was upset about it, he'd have an emotional reaction himself. And so I don't think that she's unique in that regard. I think both sexes would have had an emotional, some kind of reaction to the $15,000 loan or whatever that was.
Yeah.
So, all right. So he did take the loan out so he took a loan out for her and paid the dealership for a down payment on a car. Is that what he did? Wow.
Sounds like
So
it.
He went into debt.
Wait, where's the
That
debt?
is significant. Well, the loan would be the debt.
So he did take the loan out. So
She's calling it a loan, but she identified it by noticing that there was $15,000 forwarded to a dealership. If that money was sourced from a loan, that makes it a community asset. That means that she can get reimbursed for the whole thing. There's my lawyer spin on it. So that muddles things a little
So
bit, doesn't
he's
it?
now responsible for paying off the car. Is that correct?
But so is she.
well,
Right.
it might be a cash purchase car from the $15,000, and she's framing it as he's loaning the ex the money.
Yeah, but the legal aspect of this is she's now on the hook for $7,500 of that loan.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they were to get a divorce, that is a community debt. She'd have to prove a breach of fiduciary duty, which she'll be able to do, and she'll have to get basic. Well, it's an easy fix, but the legal effect of all of that is she's half responsible for that loan that he took out. If that's indeed, in fact, what he did. Never mind the siren, folks. I apologize.
Yeah, we don't know how much the car actually costs.
For a 15, yeah. I mean, they bought it
I
with
would
cash.
assume the car costs more than 15K, but I guess maybe there's some cars you can get for 15K.
I've been
used.
watching
I don't know.
I've been watching a lot of financial audit recently,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks about 10K cars being like the sweet spot of cars that you can get that won't break immediately and function in what they're doing.
I don't know.
Well, I got a certified pre-owned car one time that was in really, really good shape. I mean, it looked like it was
Yeah.
a new car. And that was with the tax and everything, it was probably right around 15K, like years ago. It was not recent, but
Okay.
By the way, what's the point of buying a new? Look, by the time I get a hold of a new car, it's going to become used really fast. You know,
Mhm.
right
kids
when
and
you take it
stuff.
off the lot,
Yeah.
it depreciates largely in value.
there is no value to me in buying a new car. There's just none.
So-
There isn't.
I've been doing RV research lately. There are some RVs where new and used are very, very close together.
Yeah.
But other than that, and that's very specific to the model, that's not all models.
And I think a lot of it is what is your goal for the car? Because the problem that a lot of people run into is if they get the new car because they like chasing the new thing, then in a year or two, when the new car comes out, they're going to feel really bad because the new car has a new feature that they want
People should be leasing
that they don't
maybe.
get,
Yes,
which they
lease the
should be
cars.
leasing
Yeah.
to be able to do that, provided you're not going to drive 15,000 miles and end up paying a ton of money.
Oh yeah.
Hey, by the
But-
way, Brad, I was talking about you yesterday at the family
How dare
discussion.
you.
We brought up politics and we were talking about Trump. It's like I had this guy on my show and he was talking about stuff and Trump. And I just want you to know that you were a character in the conversation that we had as a family for my grandmother's birthday that we celebrated yesterday. There was nothing bad. It was all in good fun. But my
I
mom's a big fan of yours, by the
Oh,
way.
I appreciate it. Well, thank you.
Nice.
But,
Yeah.
but going back to the car stuff,
Yeah.
I bought a new car
Sorry to
in
cut you off on that.
2015,
Hmm.
and I regrettably feel bad about purchasing a new car. However, the cool thing about getting a new car is that there is a higher likelihood that that new car is going to last you a long time, in the same way that my car is. Provided you don't get a lemon, or you don't do a ton of wear and tear, if you well maintain a new car, it will likely run you 10, 15, 20 plus years. But you have to like it, and you have to understand that you will not be upgrading your car frequently.
Right.
My ADHD will not allow me to keep a car for
Well,
15 years.
There's the problem. So
I will
But-
say that car that I got, I resold, like, so say minus taxes, I resold the car for the listing price that I paid for my
Oh,
car.
wow.
Because like I said, it was in good shape. I took really good care of it. And then, yeah, when we got our family car, I sold that one for the same price.
You know what else we talked about at the family table yesterday?
ooh,
The
Mental.
last flat that we did, where I asked Lauren about how strong her erections are. She said,
I don't even recall that.
that's good.
Wait, what?
That's good.
How strong
table
they are?
conversation.
Like how much weight they can hold?
I don't know what we were talking about, but there was an occasion where I was going to ask Brad and or Bruce about
boy.
their erections. Why?
What?
I don't remember. And I didn't want to do that. I felt bad. It's like, hey, Lauren, tell me about your erections. And she's like, well, ask your dad. It's like, or something.
Snap.
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
The best of
Oh, you
deflections
might have been
right there.
sauced. You might have been on the sauce.
I don't know
It's
what day was
possible.
it. I mean,
It was exactly 14 days ago. So,
it's
Oh,
a
you just
possibility.
got
I'm not
back.
sure though.
Maybe
yeah.
you got back from Australia and we're
You were
tired.
definitely on Australia time. I don't think Schnitzel was on the stream at that time.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
But no, just so you know, my family is a big fan of the show, and they all of you guys they're big fans of all of you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's nice they listen.
Yeah. We also talked about how my mom called me a simple-minded retard because I didn't vote for Trump.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
She's like, I did not say that about you. Yes, you did, Mom. You sure did. And then I don't know. We were having fun. It was good to have a laugh.
That's good.
We gotta
All
get
right.
to the next thing for Lauren here.
I've really been trying to. Okay. So to close out this case, she says he did take the loan out for her as one of his children totaled her car and she needed one for work and he wanted to help. Does that change things at all?
Well, no,
No.
because he didn't communicate with her about it to make
Exactly.
the decision. That's the
But
problem.
what if his communication was in the fact that he didn't hide it?
But it seems like he did sort of hide it.
And
And he
he's
just
gonna
like,
take, if it was a loan, right? And you said she's gonna,
Yeah,
say we
you're-
assume that, and she's on the
you
hook
guys
for
are
the
right.
money.
You guys
Yeah,
are
he
right.
should have. And even in general, I think it's just a common courtesy to your partner to let them know you're doing something like that.
If they had
Oh.
communicated properly, she would not be having this reaction she's having now.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
And
says
he didn't know to
I
ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, she says he purposely kept it from me. He apologized for lying, but he purposely kept it from me. I admit I didn't find out too much information as I didn't let him speak at all. Imagine that. I'm normally really good at conflict resolution, but clearly not this time. I mentioned several times that the marriage is over and recovered my rings. Typing it out now makes it seem so dramatic. Yeah. It's funny how just some forethought
That is a
benefits
big
things.
reaction to 15K.
Yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things. So now he is in the bedroom and I'm in the spare room, a bit shell-shocked and ashamed of how I yelled. I think I yelled, "You're so selfish. If you die tomorrow, I have to pay off your ex's car." Oh, so she knows.
Right.
Didn't think of that, did you? Removed my wedding rings, told him to enjoy the 15K car because he'll be probably living and I'm angry, hurt, sad, and I'm home. Look, that is quite the reaction.
There's
Like Honda
reactions,
Civic Life.
and then there's that. So
Right. Yeah, she should have taken some time to cool off before having that conversation.
You should have bought a
Oh.
van.
I mean, I can't get mad at her for this. Her reaction was what it was. He did what he did, and she said what she said. I mean, how could you fault her for that? You know, she had
I don't know.
a
I mean,
visceral
also, like,
reaction.
I think you want to be like I want to be proud of the interactions that I have and be able to stand by them. And so, but I grew up in a household where there was a lot of yelling and a lot of arguing. And so for me
Yeah,
personally, that's like kind of a trigger and I try to avoid that kind of stuff.
same.
Um, so I just think it's going to be a more productive. It depends on what you want out of the conversation, right? It's going to be more productive if you can come to it after you've like had a little bit of a chance to process some of those emotions
Well, here's the
and then
thing.
come, yeah.
It's like if you're a female and you're yelling at your man, if you're yelling at your husband, Bruce, Brad, I don't want to speak for all men, so I want you guys to tell me if I'm wrong.
If you're a woman,
It's like Dominic, you could weigh in too.
USB ports and hose adapters can be female, but only humans can be women.
What the hell, Bruce?
Today's
What are you
tidbit.
talking about?
What?
Here's my question. I feel like if you start yelling at a man, if he yells back, World War III is going to break out. I feel like whoever starts yelling, it's not even unique to women. If a man starts yelling at his woman, it's a horrific thing. But when a woman starts yelling at a man, if he yells back, he has like a responsibility to not do that, because if he does, World War III is going to happen and shit's going to hit the fan.
Yeah,
Which puts him at a disadvantage because now he's getting yelled at and he either has to take it or respond in kind or find some other way. But like he's being placed in a position where this is going to go one of three different ways based on my reaction. What do you guys think of that?
No, I absolutely agree with that because and I've always kind of taken it as a part of my Taurus astrology kind of bit, because the idea of the bull is not aggressive to a tail, but the constant poking will eventually erupt the dynamite to the point where lashing out does occur. And it's the matter of when you lash out, you may not think about the consequences of what you're doing when you lash out.
Yeah.
So that's really where the problem comes into, because if you have a metered response to what you're trying to give and it's not being taken, then that's when you will then over respond, and then that's when you become the mean guy and you don't get you suffer the consequences of that overreaction.
My only point in addressing that is to highlight it's really important when you're in a marriage to not put your partner in a position where she's fearful of you because you're raising your voice, or he's having to take a measured approach because you're raising your voice, and like you're looking him in the eyes and you're poking him in the chest and, getting surprised when he raises his voice. And, we get all kinds of crazy incidents that occur because people can't communicate with each other. So her
I think she
think
understands
anybody
this. She says she's not proud of it. So
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone should be raising their voice, whether it's a man or a woman. I'm not saying
Agreed.
I think that's how it usually happens. I think you're probably right that it's what you said. But I think like you want to come to the conversation with the same respect you want to receive.
100. Yes. If you start raising your voice, you've lost something.
Mhm.
You've lost something in the negotiation. You've lost something in the communication for sure.
Yeah.
And you have placed both of you at a disadvantage in being able to resolve it. There's no
Yes.
benefit to that. You all are not fighting. It's like, why are we yelling? Are we going to fight? Because that's usually where it escalates with men. And so if you're not trying to do all of that, there's no point in like yelling at him like he's like 12, or you yelling at her like she's like a little girl and making her feel unsafe and afraid and all of these things. And so the only reason I brought that up is because she obviously had a reaction she's not proud of, but there's a danger in that. And so too oftentimes people do things like that and they write it off and they blow it off as, oh, I was having a moment. Well, sometimes your moments might escalate things unnecessarily and place people in peril where they didn't need to be placed in peril. And we should be just more mindful of the way that we communicate, especially with your spouse. What's the point of raising your voice? For what, man? Like you chose this person. You're going to fight them. You're going to step in the cage. You want to put on the boxing gloves. Like you want to have the big debate. What are we doing? And so I don't know.
it's human
Communicate.
nature. People are not rational. All you have to do is go drive for an hour and a half or something, and you'll see crazy drivers and people.
You know
are
what's funny?
irrational.
I was just
We
watching
need to
on
go to the
this,
next story.
yes, yes, we do. God damn it, Brad. All right,
What?
let's go to the next
What
story.
did I do?
He was helping me.
Lauren, you look frozen.
Oh wait, was that Bruce or Brad? This I wasn't looking at the screen. You all sound. Sometimes you all sound alike. You don't sound alike, but sometimes you do.
It depends on how many bourbons he is deep.
Dang.
Well, I'm only one. I haven't even drank my first one from this morning. I poured it and I forgot to drink it during my first show.
This morning.
I know.
That sounds so funny.
I mean, I'm talking 11 a.m. I was, never mind. Okay, let's go to. Was this the one? I think yes. Okay. Lauren, I don't want you to think that I'm putting this on just because you're openly gay, but
It's
I kind of am.
homophobic.
I just like you're more.
This is a hate crime.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
That's racist against gaycations.
Yeah, I also tried to get my brother on the show for this one, but he's in LA doing stuff. My brother's also openly gay. I usually consult with him about issues like this because I'm genuinely curious about how he feels about things. Okay. So the title of this is my husband, who's 42, they're both 42, and has informed me he intends to go on a gaycation with his brother-in-law in Ibiza. How do I handle this? Could somebody define for me what a gaycation is?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I
You want to
don't
go,
know.
Lauren?
Lauren, do you want to go?
Sorry, I was distracted. What is a gaycation you're asking?
Yes. What is a gaycation?
It's a vacation you go on and you happen to be gay while it's happening, I think.
That's all it is? So then technically any vacation that you ever go on would be a gaycation.
I mean, if you wanted to be, I guess. I mean, maybe they would go to like a special gay cruise or something. I don't know. What's going on
Or
here?
is it like more a vacation to announce that you're gay and to, for the first time, openly be gay?
No, that would be cool though.
I'm imagining that's what it must be. Like, why are we
There's
like
some-
calling
there's
it that?
some
It's a
description
vacation
in
with
here.
a vacation with your gay friends.
I'm open to changing the definition in my mind. Yes.
Okay, I'm open. So we're open to
There's
definitions.
dictions in here.
Wiktionary says a vacation or holiday
boy.
tailored to gay people or based around gay subculture.
Was that Brad?
There it is.
Yes.
That was so.
Yeah.
You guys sound
No, that was
so
Schnitzel.
oddly. I know. No, but Bruce and Brad, I've never realized it, but you all sound alike when I'm not looking at the screen. It's
Dude,
weird.
they don't sound that much.
They don't, but like try listening to them talk when you're not looking at the screen.
I will
And-
do it right
So
now.
when the
You guys
third
talk.
stage of the
Oh,
rocket
Bruce,
falls
don't do that.
off,
You're doing that on purpose.
Gentlemen,
What kind of bear is best?
Say it
Black
at the same
bears.
time. Go.
what?
No, you know what? We're getting off topic, man.
Polar bears?
Dominic's got a hard exit at 2. I'm sorry, man. Let me get to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Black
bears.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
polar bears.
Black bears.
Polar bears.
Oh, I cannot wait for a Christmas special. I just know that somebody's getting topless because Brad said there's
Ooh.
I'll
I've
do
already
it,
done that
guys.
I went
Brad-
topless on stream once.
Brad wanted to
Ninja's
take his top
topless
off
right
for a
now.
thing. You never know. You never know. I don't want to go anywhere with that one. It's just,
Wait. Where do I donate?
I do.
To the Brad Going Topless Fund?
Yeah.
I think he's got a GoFundMe. Jesus.
send it to Toys for Tots or something. Jesus.
All right. So this lady's obviously going through something. She says, "Hi there. I really wish I didn't have to make this post, but here it goes. So me and my husband have been happily married for about 16 years, give or take. We both have stable careers, good family life, and are fairly fortunate despite the cost of living racking the UK right now. We have 2 boys, 15 and 10. And up until this Sunday, thought we had it pretty good. We argue sometimes, of course, but never gotten too bad, and we have a pretty decent sex life with some exploration, but I won't get into that.
Oh,
Why,
why not?
why even bring it up then, dipshit?
That's another
That's
I
the
wanna-
point.
I want to get 100% into that.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what
Are you
said.
sure? Because
Yeah.
this guy's bicurious. Are you saying that you're having designs and curiosity of the.
I just want to read the post.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Lauren, could I ask you a question? In your
I don't know,
opinion,
man.
in your opinion,
Yeah.
could somebody be genuinely straight and turn legitimately gay without the argument happening that, oh, he was always gay, just hiding it?
No. I don't think so. I mean, you could
So
be
then-
like I was, riding the straight train for a while there, but like I was never really straight. You know what I mean? Like that's not really how that works. No, you
What
don't
if
just
you-
turn gay, bro.
What if you like meet someone though who you just like really, really connect with, like in a different way than a friend or than like someone of the opposite sex, and
Then
you
you're a little bit bi.
decide
You're a little bit behind. Well, I say it because my brother, before he came out as gay when he was like 19, was like dating women. And like there was a period of time, I feel like even after he came out, where he would just randomly date women just because, whatever. They connected, I guess.
What did they do on these dates?
I don't have to know.
Were
I
they
don't ask
just
questions
going
like
out-
that.
Were they just like watching the football game or something?
I mean,
Or
I'm
were they
sure-
like
They were
Pegging.
like having they were
They were
pegging.
pegging.
See, because here's the thing: like, if you just go out and hang out with people, that's just going out and hanging out with people.
Well, I can say that I have been to gay bars with my brother.
If you're
Celebrating
super
his
banging with a decent sex life with exploration, then that's a different story.
I wasn't super banging anybody, sir.
No, I mean
So-
him, I guess.
So the funny thing is I just saw something on Twitter where someone had posted on 4chan and it said, "I'm straight, but then I tried gay sex, didn't like it, and then it was like, now what?"
No, they're open-minded. Yeah, so you tried it out, you didn't like it. What's the big deal?
no what?
Yeah.
Now what? Now you go to Taco Bell. I know.
Okay, but let me ask you this question then. Like, what if your husband told you that, you know what? I didn't know if I was gay or not. I tried it. I didn't like it. I declared that I'm straight. And he told you that he had like a gay sexual encounter. Would your opinion of him change?
Absolutely not.
All right. Congratulations for open-mindedness. I feel like my wife's would say different. She'd be like, time out there. Because I think that her theory would probably be that he's actually probably just gay and like trying to hide it. And then like, what does that mean for me? What did I get into? I think she would probably have insecurities like that if that were a thing. I don't know.
But also think if you're also not going to let your, well, if I don't know, if your partner didn't do it before and they were curious about it, maybe they would end up doing it like during the relationship because they never got to explore it before. So I'd be like, great, I'm glad you tried that. Sorry it wasn't your thing. Like
That is
okay, now
literally
we're
this
together.
case. So, all right, listen. With that backdrop, let us continue.
You gotta get
All
into
right.
it.
So they have a good sex life and all. So long and short is, on Sunday, just after I dropped our boys off at their friends, my husband asked me if we had the house alone, and more importantly, do I have a minute? I said yes. He sat me down and then got out this printed poster for some sort of orgy and started explaining to me the concept of a gaycation. They're going to define it for us. So
Oh, I'm
You're-
scared of this now. I don't want this. I don't like this.
You're,
I don't know.
at first you're
Bye.
like,
Where's an orgy, Lauren?
That's a lot of dudes.
He says how it's where straight men go to somewhere with sun, sand, and booze and become
No.
gay
No.
for the
no,
duration of the trip.
No.
This doesn't
No.
make sense.
No.
But that's
not
fine.
No, no.
Because it doesn't actually count, because what happens on the gaycation stays on the gaycation on the ship.
Not
Well-
the STDs.
I mean, unless
It
they
is
get,
way worse than I thought it was going to be.
unless they get the wet wipes out. I mean, yeah, it's
This is not my
stay
area
there.
of expertise.
Lauren, I apologize for thinking you were going to be an expert on this matter.
Well,
This
now you
is
know why I'm not.
completely I get it.
Lauren, are you telling us, Lauren, that you have never been to a gaycation orgy?
Not to an anal one.
Well, oh, wait.
What the fuck?
Well, if you don't have dreams, you're just left with nightmares. I don't know.
Ooh. Not an anal.
Right.
Maybe it was an oral one. Maybe it was.
Yeah, we got to
Jesus
keep
Christ.
reading on. What are we doing here? No, not Twitter. Oh no.
What is that?
Oh,
Sun,
Mr.
sand, and
Oh,
booze is like the gayest description for any event that you could possibly write, by the way.
boy.
This was the thing that I was talking about.
Oh, Brad is here. Questions sexuality. Yes, this is what this guy's doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Decide
Oh
to
my
try
God.
it, go on Grindr, find a guy that looks feminine.
does
do
Brad's
stuff.
voice make you question your sexuality, sir?
His
God, I hope
moans
not.
turned me off. Oh no.
So she says, all right, so I was completely silent and mortified, understandably so.
Oh, you can
Even
take it
more
down.
so
Dominic.
when he said he was looking into booking a trip to Ibiza next year with his brother-in-law to experience it for himself.
His sister's husband. That's
Ew.
disturbing.
What? Wait,
Yeah.
is this group of people going to be gay with each other, or are they
It's
just
like
Likely.
going
Oh,
to be gay
I feel
with
like
other
that's
people?
the point.
that's like
Okay.
his stepbro. Hey,
For all of the
stepbro,
men on this
let's
panel,
go to Ibiza.
Dominic, hey, men, let me make you an offer you can't refuse.
I certainly can if I want to.
You, me, Dominic, Bruce, Brad.
Oh, boy.
We're going to effing Thailand or something.
Can we go somewhere
All
else?
expenses paid,
Cane
all
people there. I don't want to get
inclusive.
caned.
1 month vacation. We're gonna be gay as fuck for a month. And hey,
month?
whatever happens on the vacation will be completely secret. It'll be our version of that movie. What was it
Pass.
called?
I pass to Dave Neal. I'll give him my time. I pass.
But I just want you all to know I would never offer this invitation. This is completely hypothetical.
False
And if someone were to
advertising. I'm
offer to me,
expecting this now.
Brad will go though. I won't go.
I'll go somewhere with Lauren for a month.
Oh boy.
would you be gay for a month with Lauren?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
whoa,
shit.
Whoa, no one
100%.
asked me.
You don't have a choice.
What? Oh no.
I'm talking to a piece of carbs. Like, how am I supposed to know if I'm into this or not?
Hey, well, let me ask you this
She's
hypothetical. then.
breaded.
Okay,
Oh, my God.
Schnitzel,
She's lemony fresh.
would your husband allow you to go on a gaycation with Lauren?
No.
Well, now I'm mad.
No. I know. You got to talk to him.
I don't want him.
Oh.
He's mean.
Talk
Don't
some
be
sense
insecure,
into
bro.
him.
Don't be insecure. You gotta stand up for your manhood.
I
She
never
Just
offers
let
you
it
something you
happen.
can't.
This is complicated.
Oh, it is. It's way more complicated than I thought it was going to be. This for sure. All right. So what is going? All right. When he finally let me speak, I just said, I need him to be clear with me. Are you gay? Because if yes, that's okay. But we need to figure out what happens going forward. I didn't let myself get angry or upset. I was just stunned. He swore.
Somebody left a voicemail.
Oh, is it a good one?
I guess so.
Edit it, sir.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's part of the conversation you guys are having right now.
Oh.
It's like a little story.
Should we
God,
play
it's
it?
about anal.
Is it about anal, sir?
One can hope so.
Is your phone connected to the Bluetooth?
No, I just downloaded the audio and I'm gonna just play it over.
Oh, all right. Dominic's going to play our first voicemail.
All right, here we go.
All right. Let's see what happens here.
This is Badass Bitch, and I was listening to you talk to
Cricket.
Lauren about a bisexual or gay trip. Anyway, I have a story of my friend in high school. He waited all his life to have sex on his honeymoon. Thought he found the best girl in college, etc. And they got married, went on their honeymoon, had sex one time that night, and she didn't want to have sex the rest of the honeymoon. On the plane ride home, she tells him she wants a divorce, that she does not like the penis, and she believes she is gay. So when they touched down, days later, they got a divorce, and now she's married to a female.
Well, that's
That-
an annulment.
I
That's
just
not
have
even a
to add
divorce.
to that
Oh
story.
my.
Could I ask the women on this panel? Is there
No.
any is there any measure of penis that would turn you into a lesbian?
Yes.
Obviously, Lauren's found one.
What?
I
the
found
question-
several.
She said she don't like penis and it turned her gay. That's what she said.
The question isn't whether something turned this lady in the story gay. The question is, how did this lady not know all this beforehand? She
Yeah.
I
never
don't know.
tried toys and watched videos and things like how do you discover this suddenly after
Hey, Bruce.
getting married? That's
I
How many-
didn't
crazy.
hear
They used to
I
be-
didn't
they
hear
used
the
to be different.
voicemail.
You didn't hear the voicemail?
No, it was
It
just
was-
silent.
Okay,
I heard it, but it was really low.
it was
It
pretty
was kind of
quiet.
low.
The
turned
recap
it
was
up full.
basically these people saved themselves for marriage. They got married in college. They had sex one time on their honeymoon, and the lady gets a divorce and decides she's gay because she doesn't like
I'll be
dick.
right back.
Oh damn.
Oh, Lauren was out.
That's the story. And I'm like, how do you not already know this? Like, do you not
Well,
have
I guess if she
toys
didn't
and
have
watch
sex,
movies and I don't know.
I don't know. I have a friend who was in high school and had sex with his girlfriend and got her pregnant. She ended up getting an abortion. Um, but he was like going to be there and be the father and stuff. But then he realized, like, after that relationship with her, that he really truly was gay, and now he's gay and married to a guy and has also a boyfriend. So
All right. So he's like,
I don't know.
he was like, I don't know. He was confused and he made up his mind. I can tell you this. I could tell you quite confidently. There was no measure of bad vagina that would have ever turned me gay at any point in my life. I'm quite confident in that. I think I would have just like, I don't know. But because that was the statement, right? Like she had this experience and she decided she didn't like penis.
There's
My
more than
question
one.
was, yeah, like, yeah, there's certainly more than one. But like, what kind of experience would you have to have with the penis to turn you gay?
That's not what
I
happened.
don't think it's I don't think it's just about the I don't think that would
She
happen.
said that, right? But you know, I
He's
joke around.
gaining
That.
a level of self-awareness through experience. That's what's happening.
Yeah, it's self-exploration.
And that self-awareness is of things that were inherently there to begin with, not
Yeah.
things that
Mhm.
changed.
Yes.
So the
Agreed.
change is the person's mental, state of mind, their understanding, their self-awareness. That's what's
Yeah.
changing. The fundamental person is not changing.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Okay.
And
Let me go ahead, Bruce. Brad. Which one?
I was saying, I think one of the interesting things about this conversation is that marriage is so big and sex plays an important part of it, but it's not entirely.
Not at all.
And the idea that someone would just straight up abandon everything because of sex on one occasion, because I'm not going to be the first guy to say that there are bad sex times, but that doesn't mean that my view of sex as a whole is therefore negative.
Yeah, but like a lot of that depends on like the way that you communicate with your partner. Well, let me give you an example. At what point, if you could never have sex with your partner ever again, not because of choice, but because of deficiencies in multiple different areas, would you decide, you know what, F this, I'm stepping out on the marriage?
Well, spinal cord injuries or things like that. Yeah, it becomes
Yeah.
difficult. And
Well, you have to have conversations with a partner too. If they feel or don't feel comfortable with you doing that, then
Yeah.
that would affect my decision.
So it's an important. It is an important aspect. It's not the end all, be all of anything. It's not dispositive of the relationship, but it is a communication that has to occur between partners to gauge where you guys are at with all of that. You know, because sometimes you have good days, sometimes you got bad days. There's 100% merit to that, but it can't be like. There's never going to be an occasion where we're going to have good anything because I'm not feeling it, or I'm gay, or I'm not attracted to you, or some other kind of weird thing that y'all don't communicate. Because once that happens, I feel like you're changing the rules a little bit of the vows that you initially took. And that's where people start coming to my office. It's like, well, we haven't had sex in years. And I had brought up, this is why I brought up the erection thing, because 2 weeks ago, I brought up on my show that I feel like the worst, most the most acrimonious divorces are those where there are allegations that one of the two couldn't sexually perform. I legit have a same-sex couple, and one of them, there's been acknowledges and like text messages and going back and forth and things that the guy can't perform sexually. He just can't. He can't get it up, and it's been a thing for years. And there's no level of medication or whatever, and the guy got sick of it and he stepped out on his marriage. And now they're getting divorced, And it is like this nasty, really fierce, ugly divorce. And I've found as a divorce attorney that when you challenge somebody's sexual ego in that way, justified or not, they tend to be the most explosive divorce cases that I have, at least in my office. What do you all think of that?
I don't have a gay relationship, so I don't know.
All right.
Wait. Are you saying the most acrimonious are the gay divorces?
No, not the gay
Any
divorces.
divorce.
The divorces where one of the two partners
Yeah.
are accused of being sexually unable to perform.
I see. Okay.
They tend to bring out the worst in both parties. And they turn out to be the nastiest of divorces. Because for whatever reason, we as human beings, logically or not, attach so much importance to our ability to perform sexually to have it affect other areas of life, such as a divorce. And so
I think
go
I
ahead.
think like some people also don't know how to be intimate without sex. I think that's like another part of it too, and you're missing that like closeness and that intimacy with your partner if you don't have sex there and you don't know how to achieve it in other ways, then it
Yeah.
like I think that can add like, it affects the relationship more.
Well, let's just say for a man that he could just never get an erection ever again. Let's just say it was like a spinal accident or something. At what point as a partner are you going to grow frustrated at that to the point where number one, there's two things going on. One is he knows that and knows that there's like 4 billion other able-bodied men out there that can provide what he can through no fault of his own, right? So that's going to be a demerit to his ego, 100%, right?
Yeah.
He needs
And then-
therapy.
Yeah. And then the woman's going to say, oh, but we could do other things and we could do this or that. But the ego of a man and the ego of a woman, it's not exclusive to men. Like, for example, let's just say that a woman couldn't because of vaginitis or something. We've talked about that before on the show, where she cannot provide what 4 billion other women could provide. It's going to, at some point in a permanent marriage relationship, affect ego to the point that if it ends, it's going to be this explosive, volcanic, ugly thing that attorneys have to get involved and is going to go on for years. I found that the most explosive of divorces were in ones where inability to sexual perform was at play. What does that say about the human condition other than the importance that we attach to our sexual egos? All right, so I'm going to move on.
I would say, I think the big thing about it is you could take it from the biological aspect because your ability to sexually perform at its base function is designed to ensure that your genes are able to make its way through more lineage. And when that can't happen, then, and we've, from our earliest days, have tried to help facilitate that union of people in some fashion.
Yeah.
So it becomes very difficult for our psyches to be able to process that may not occur in the way that we want it to.
Yeah, human beings are so fragile, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta run.
Yes.
But I will catch you next time.
All right, Lauren.
Thanks, Lauren.
Right.
We
Bye,
love you, man.
everyone.
You stay safe out there.
Be safe on
See-
Anal Beach.
Oh,
See you
boy.
next weekend.
For her gaycation. All right. So,
Correct.
all right, where was that with this? So I said, let him speak. I didn't get angry. He swore up and down he's not gay and he's 100% attracted to women. And of course, he still loves me and our boy. So I said, well, do you think you're bi maybe? And he got very defensive, saying how I need to drop the accusations. He's the one going on a gaycation. What do you mean accusations?
That is the answer right there.
Yeah. And that this is the beauty of the gaycation. It allows straight men to experience gayness without actually being gay. Hey, Dominic, do you need to experience gay?
No, not at all.
Do any of you men need to experience gay?
No.
Brad?
Sorry, my wife walked in, so I was a little properly distracted.
Brad was considering.
He was discussing it with the wife.
Timing.
I'm just saying, if you're genuinely straight, you typically don't have any desire or curiosity into being gay or the experience of it. It's all my
Certainly
point.
not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and rewatch that later.
Oh,
my
Jesus
God.
Christ. All right. So I said, well, do you think you're maybe buying the gaycation? Okay. And again, he was adamant he doesn't find men's bodies or genitalia exciting at all, but he needs to experience this, apparently.
Lies.
I said, well, I'm really not comfortable because even if he was bi, this would be explicitly cheating on me. And he got angry and reiterated he's not, because that's the beauty of gaycation. I just had enough and left the room. Yeah, the guy's being kind of
The
ridiculous.
mental gymnastics here are very interesting.
I mean,
And I don't think he's doing it nefariously either.
but the funny
For
thing
himself.
is you could go to a pride parade or a pride festival and experience the same thing without the auspices of going to a place where you know there's going to be orgies. Like,
I don't know. I've been to a gay bar with my brother. I haven't been to it. Yeah, I've been to a gay bar with my brother. Like, we went to Hollywood. Like, he lives in North Hollywood. And I don't think I experienced gayness. Like, I saw gay people there. Does that, like, experience? But I had no curiosity to, like, expand my understanding of it beyond my experience hanging out with my brother for his birthday. And other family and stuff. And so what he's saying is 100% mental gymnastics. He's trying to somehow justify it to himself and incredibly trying to justify it to his wife. I don't know, man. Just what, Schnitz, what would you say if your husband came and said, look, I'm going to be gay for a month or a weekend? It's called a gaycation. And what happens on the gaycation stays in the gaycation. I can do whatever I want. I'm not going to tell you about any of it. It's just something I need to experience. It's not a big deal.
here's the funny thing about it. He could just say, I want to go with my brother-in-law to Las Vegas for a weekend, and then just say that. The fact that he's trying to ask his wife's opinion about the gaycation without just going is like really weird, because he wants the self-approval of his wife to be able to go do these things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole different aspect of it for sure.
I find it hard to believe this is real. Like that someone would actually think this is okay to present to your partner.
Oh, I mean, I've seen it before. Of all the fake ones that we've had, I think this one is not. I mean, it seems genuine.
Yeah, I would have problems because it's a one-sided conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, like you're saying, like he's asking for permission, but like basically saying he's going to do it anyway, and he's not going to tell her. Like Brad said, well, if you're not going to tell her about what happens, then don't even tell her it is happening. That
would be the easiest thing to do. I mean, he's going with his brother-in-law. They're going they're going to go play golf for a month, or however long it's going to be. Why does he got to give her the details? That's a great point.
If he's not going to tell her anyway.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's.
But then,
big red flags for me.
What if you thought that your husband was bi, and then he goes on all the twice a year trips with the boys or whatever? It's not I don't know, man. It's just a whole nother layer of stuff that was not contemplated. It looks like at the time of marriage that she's having to contend with. And so she says, I really can't put into words how surreal it was, because he was speaking so matter-of-factly, and he again insists this is a thing that straight men do. I can concur 100%. This is not a thing that straight men do. It's just not.
I've gone golfing a lot. There were never any gay orgies.
There's never been a gay orgy in anything that I've ever done.
You were using a real golf club.
We were actually playing golf, like scorecards and stuff. No.
Scorecards and stuff.
I'll show you my
keeping score, and there's winners and losers, and
it brings a whole different kind of thing of swinging.
But there's still hole in one.
There was holes in one. I mean, well, I don't know. I've never had one.
I know Omar's got a good swing.
Bruce, do you got a good swing?
No.
Would you like a hole in one, sir?
Oh boy. The right person.
Oh,
right guy.
Who would your guy celebrity crush be?
Oh, it has to be a guy. No, I pass. Pass to Dave. Pass.
His celebrity crush is Dave Neal.
There you go.
My female one would probably be like Margot Robbie.
She's a little too generic, you know? She's a little too manufactured to be a real. I don't know. Maybe she might work. Like
Totally.
maybe in I'm not that she's not attractive. I'm just saying like maybe you have to catch her not in that one movie with DiCaprio, but in the one with the Hollywood movie with the Tarantino movie. What was it called?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's the one. Yeah, that would be the one because she played like a more a young Sharon Tate is what she played.
So complicated.
I know.
See, I think she's like really down to like for being a celebrity. I think she's really down to earth. I think she's friendly to fans. I think that she hasn't let the celebrity like get to her head. I think she's beautiful. So I think she would. I don't know.
But
I
she
think
could
she's
be really
probably
unattractive.
nice.
If you saw her in Ted with that accent, with the Jersey accent or whatever that was. Oh, you never saw her in Ted? She was like she played Ted's girlfriend, the teddy bear.
Oh,
Like he was dating Margot Robbie. She was like a cashier at the store that he was working at.
okay. Yep.
And then she had this really weird Jersey accent. She made herself look really unattractive.
I completely forgot that.
It could happen, is all I'm saying. All right. So anyway, this lady's confused. She says, I said to him, if he has any love for me, then he can't go ahead with this. And if he does, the marriage will be dead. We didn't speak anymore after that. I mean, in part, who gives a shit about the gay? What about just like the cheating aspect of it?
Right.
Like we're just gonna, like no questions asked, a 1 month long vacation, just do whatever you want. What difference does it make if it's men or women?
Well, he's using the semantics of this vacation to get a loophole for that.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's a genius loophole. So she thinks it's like gay sex, but it's actually like to have like relations with other women. What do you think of that? No, that can't be. That there's no that doesn't even track.
Also, like
No.
the STD aspect, or possibly even,
Eek.
I mean, any type of STD. I won't go into specifics. Like, is he going to go on PrEP? Is he going to use protection? Like, how is he going to protect himself to protect her in their marriage? You know what I mean?
No, comes home with syphilis and like his nose is falling off of his face or
Bed
something.
bugs.
What bugs?
Bed bugs. They never. That's the worst.
I don't think bed bugs
It'll,
are an
burn your whole
STD.
house down.
Is bed bugs considered an STD?
Bed bugs?
I don't think it's an STD, but you could get it from someone else's bed.
You're
Or
ruining my
couch, or-
routine here, Omar.
Oh my god. All right. So since then he's mentioned no more of it, but somehow, and this is what scares me a lot too, that decision genuinely seems to be tearing him up. He didn't go into work on Monday, only went in half a day yesterday, because he told them he just felt too ill and he just looks distraught every time I see him. I really don't think he's wholly gay, though I can absolutely believe he's bi, but I'd rather we talked about that in a healthy way rather than this incredibly weird denialism around going on a sex holiday to Ibiza. This lady's being way too rational for me to call this a fake story.
Sex holiday to Ibiza next quarter on Netflix.
Is Ibiza like a sex location or something? Is it like a sex bucket list thing for people?
It's a party. It's a party location.
I've never been.
So yeah, I haven't been there either. I just know that all the people from Love Island go there after
Love
they
Island?
get kicked off of Love Island.
It is
Yeah,
You
it's
would
a
watch
lot of,
Love
like-
Island.
Oh
Do you guys
my.
watch Love Island? I've never watched that show. I see it on Netflix and roll my eyes every
I
time.
have seen it.
Yeah, I when I
Like on
started,
purpose though? Like you purposely watched it?
Well, I mean,
I watched three
Yeah,
things.
it was like 3 a.m. I was half baked. It is what it is.
I watched sports, WWE, and anime. Like,
oh boy,
Oh boy.
Fred is unconvinced. Or
Would you
not.
watch an anime version of Love Island? Love Island is
sometimes-
like the one like everyone's just trying
Sometimes
to
you
hook up with
watch
each
Love
other.
Island
Right?
because someone else wants to watch Love Island, so you
Yeah,
watch
that-
Love Island.
they start with 5 guys and 5 girls, and they have different ways of partnering them up, and then they bring in bombshells throughout the season. So
oh
the
boy.
bombshell gets to choose who they want to partner up with at a certain point, and then there's like another elimination. So basically, there's one person pretty much eliminated each time there's an elimination. Sometimes it's more than that, and then they
I
have
see.
Casa Amor, where they split the couples up.
Mm.
And then they give the guys new girls and the girls new guys, and they decide if they want to come back to the villa with a new person or to stay in their couple.
Mhm.
You know, nothing that you've just said makes me want to watch that show. I think I'm all the way.
It's just mindless TV. Like when I would be
Yeah.
like, 2 a.m. like nursing my son, and
On
I
a
like
gummy or something, or like a
no, I would
Speed
just be
dating with
like,
extra steps.
no, just like looking for
Is
something that I like didn't have to pay attention to
I
watch, just
gotcha.
like mindless stuff. So anyway, that's when I got
Yeah.
into it just like a couple years ago, and I
That seems
binged
to be like
a
a,
ton
a
of
theme with
episodes
like women need to watch mindless TV. Am I correct in that? I
to
feel like most
I do
women,
it to decompress
yeah, my wife says the
after
same
like a
thing.
long day.
I just
Yeah.
want to watch something without having to think about it. It's like, okay, but
But
I'm not going
sometimes
to
I
watch
like to
this shit
watch other
just so you know.
stuff.
that's
Yeah,
fair.
My husband doesn't watch it with me. He like couldn't care less.
good for him. I understand.
What?
But then there's other stuff that's like, I don't know, like murder mysteries, or like, I don't know,
Yeah,
like I liked Breaking Bad, where it's you don't necessarily have to think about it, but it's not just mindless to me. So I mean,
yeah.
each show has its place.
I will watch stuff that I've watched before, like Breaking Bad, because I could like watch it with my eyes closed. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to keep my eyes open. I could fall asleep to it. So because I could watch the movie in my mind as I hear the dialogue,
Right.
and then I just
Hmm.
fall asleep. It's a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that would be my version of mindless TV. I don't know, but I understand it. I just I would never watch that
My my
shit.
wife likes to clean the house listening to Columbo, and she's
Columbo
she could watch Columbo like a lot.
from the
And
80s. Columbo,
yeah,
really?
she's an old soul. She really likes those older shows like that, Andy Griffith and a bunch of
Andy Griffith? Griffith? No way, man.
Yeah.
With Opie?
Yeah.
Barney Fife.
Barney
Fife.
Fife. Oh my God. Isn't that Gilligan?
No,
Gilligan wasn't Barney Fife?
it's Mr. Furley.
Oh, it was
The only
Mr.
Barney
Furley.
I
That
know
makes
is
more
the
sense.
dinosaur.
My God, Schnitzel. Dominic, do you even know what Gilligan's Island is?
I do not.
Oh,
I know that. I know
Wow.
that.
We're getting older, folks. What could I say? All right. So, all right, marriage will be dead. Since then, he's mentioned no more of it, but somehow, this will scare me a lot too. We read that. So, has anyone known straight guys to do this and come back just to go back to being straight? No.
No.
Like, surely this can't be a thing that happens. I'm so out of my depth here, and I just don't know how to even initiate the conversation. For the record, I also haven't mentioned it to his sister. Maybe she should. Wow. Like, what if his sister doesn't know that
Just
her
keep
husband
reading.
is...
Keep reading.
All right. I don't know. Whenever Bruce says that, there's something good. I don't know how I'd even break it to her. That thanks for my help. Thanks for any help. I just don't even want to think so. Being able to get this out there has helped just a little bit. Wow, this blew up. This is the update. This has been incredibly sobering, and I think I've now confirmed what I already knew to be the case. The marriage is dead, one way or another. In a way, I was in denial myself about that. I have contacted my sister-in-law, and she initially screamed at me, calling me a liar and even insinuating I was trying to steal her husband. Wow.
Very
That's something.
telenovela. Soap opera.
She rang me back shortly after, apologized and admitted she was in deep, deep shock. I have asked my parents to look after the boys, and we're going to meet tomorrow to discuss this deeper. I have also texted my husband and told him he will need to make alternative accommodation arrangements, but he will not be sleeping here tonight, and the bag will be waiting for him. Not sure if the mods want to lock this post or not. Thank you for all the kind words. P.S. I see a lot of people asking about the aquarium and at risk of all right, enough of that. She says my husband explained the aquarium thing. What is the where did we talk about an
there was
aquarium?
no aquarium thing.
I don't know what she's. Well, I think
don't know.
that's the gist of it.
There was something up there, but I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's
Well,
just an analogy.
The most important aspect of that is that her husband wanted to have a gaycation, and like the absolute horror and shock that she must have felt. What do you even say to that? And I think that we got our answer. Like it was what it represented and ended up being was a declaration that her marriage was dead.
Yeah.
Interestingly, she said that they had a good sex life. I wonder if it was just like, you know what? I don't like having sex with women. I'm doing the gaycation thing. It was a front to be like experimental. And when he experimented, he came into his true self and decided that he was no longer willing to participate in the straight thing.
So she says that they had an active sex life that include exploration, but she won't get into those things. But
That's why I wanted to get into it.
The funny thing about that is like, if she's pegging him, then yeah, that might be an understanding as to why he wants to go on this gaycation. But
Brad is curious about the pegging.
I
feel
not
like-
curious.
Well, they just said exploration. They
Wait,
didn't say
instead
that.
of bi-curious, he's Brad
mean-
curious.
He's
Oh,
Brad
man.
curious.
She
Oh.
should have gone into that. I wanted to hear about the love costume.
I mean, that is a valid question, but I feel like if that was a thing that she would have mentioned, hey, by the way, he's always had these weird sex peccadillos. He wanted me to like peg him with like a 12-inch dildo. Like, I feel like she might have mentioned that one because it would have led context to the situation. I
dress
feel like,
up in a tuxedo or like.
yeah.
You don't
Hey, I
know.
want you to dress up like a guy today.
Yeah,
Wear
exactly.
a Donald Trump
You're
mask.
the
I'll sit
Donald
at the
Trump
bar
man.
and then you pick me
Go
up
to
as like
town.
Brad Pitt or something, you know?
And just
pretending.
say, it's huge. The whole
It's
time.
huge. I just feel like I don't think that they were having peggings. They're probably having just regular old
Vikings.
heterosexual sex. I feel like if the pegging was a thing, she would have mentioned it. She seemed self-aware enough to have made that put that in the context of everything. I don't know, but maybe Brad's right. Maybe she's just embarrassed to admit that she was involved in a pegging thing. I don't know. But then
We
again,
had
it
the
was
greatest
anonymous.
sex of all time. I would walk into the
It's
room.
the
The sex would be so great. Reporters would be coming in from town to watch the sex. It was such the greatest sex of all time.
I gave her the best sex of her life. There's never been another run like me. There will never be another penis like mine. I promise. I sure have no problems there. No problems. None.
We could make so much money on these films. Just absolute stacks of money.
Obama's full of shit. My crowds were like this. My crowds were like this. They were walking funny after.
Oh, no, you didn't lie.
All of them left my house with abdominal cramps.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Oh, put it in your belly, young lady. Jesus.
Well, on that note, I have to.
Book a
I
gaycation.
actually do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Schnitzel has a gaycation to get to with Lauren.
I got with Lauren. I gotta
Ooh.
catch up with her.
Yeah. All right. I know Dominic's got a. Hey, Schnitzel, thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
thanks for having me, guys.
You be safe on your vacation, whatever, gay or not. Just be safe.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
All right, folks. I got Dominic. He has a hard exit in 13 minutes. Should we try to get to another one?
Yeah.
I've got the same hard exit because I got to go pick up the boys. So
All right. If I do another one, I'm gonna have to make it quick. So let me. I can't do this one. That one's too long. That one's long too.
Quickie.
And this-
What was one of the other ones at the end? Those look
Oh, there was. All right. The divorce times finding back. This is the last time I'm done thinking of the right decision. Or I could do. Wife is having an affair. Which one should I do? Wife is having an affair, or husband is threatening me with divorce?
the affair.
We have 13 minutes.
The affair.
which one's more scandalous?
I think the affair one is more scandalous.
All right. I'm just going to do a quick read through of the entire thing so as to not waste time.
You got to put it on the screen though.
Yeah, I do. All right. Let me do this. Okay, here we go. We're a married couple. Jesus Christ. We're a married couple, wife, 49, myself, 52. Recently, things at home have been okay, day to day, but nothing in the bedroom department. My wife always has an excuse, mainly blaming work stresses. So this last week, I was looking for a document in her home office, dressing room, and I knocked a book off her shelf and a picture of her and a guy. Fell out. The picture was taken in a photo booth, and they both look like they were very well known to each other. I Googled the name of the location on the pic, and it's a place roughly 6 to 7 miles away. Also, I found a date stamp, and on this particular date, she told me she was working in a totally different location and needed to stay overnight. I put the photo back where it came from and went about my day mulling over what to do. I had been out to get some Christmas presents for the son and thought I'd hide them in the wardrobe. For the our son, exactly. And thought I'd hide them in the wardrobe in her office dressing room. Whilst moving some bits to make room, I found hidden away a very nice bra Then I thought, hang on, I've never seen this or seen her wear it. I'm reading this as it's written.
Yeah.
Also, it's a brand I know she has worn, as I've thought her underwear from this particular company, but one she wouldn't purchase herself. I'm not sure what to do, but I have enough evidence to confront her, or do I keep quiet and see how this plays out for a while? I have some thoughts.
You never
Has
let it
some
escalate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to I got some things to say to this man. So thank you for the many replies. With some helpful advice, I was, to be honest, not ready for some of. I can't deal with this. All right, this is his dilemma. Not only is his wife cheating on him, but she's probably been cheating on him for years. This guy strikes me as a Mr. Magoo type. He strikes me as a naive individual who's probably a sweetheart, but is somebody that his wife probably settled for because her biological clock was ticking. And now here they are, years later. Dead bedroom, not much to say of in that department. And so rather than mess up her good life and the family that they have, she's gone and found things for herself elsewhere. And this guy has all of the ammunition to confirm the fact that he's even asking the question without confronting her first is a big red flag that this guy is a huge, giant pushover. He's the kind of guy that you could gaslight easily and just tell him a couple of things and he'll be okay, and he'll continue to stick his head in the sand and let things happen around him, happy to live in his naivete. What does it say about the wife? What does it say about him? It says that he is a guy. Look, this is a hot take. I'm not speaking for everybody. This is my take on it. He is a guy that knows that his wife settled for him. He's a guy that knows that his wife is probably not attracted to him and is 100% definitely at some point going to have an affair. The fact that he's even asking these questions tells me that although he's already made the decision to just kind of let things happen and stick his head in the sand, he's ambivalent about it. And he wants anybody to tell him it's okay to stick his head back in the sand, and maybe he's not getting that. Wife knows that this guy isn't going to do jack shit. But maybe he's got some financial advantage over her that she is attracted to, and that's why she's stuck in this marriage. And so she's 49, he's 52, life is short, she's trying to find her way, or trying to find something to entertain herself with, and she knows that this guy, at the end of the day, is not going anywhere. That's my take of Mr. Magoo. What do you guys think about that?
You got anything, Bruce?
Well, I mean, you want to, especially when you are in a relationship with someone, you want to believe them. You want to have trust. So if this is the only thing that is destroying the trust, it may take a lot for him to get there. Because we want to give grace to other people. And we want to believe things that we think are comforting in life. So I don't think it's necessarily that he's super naive. I think he has just extended trust. And now that trust is going to go away, it takes something to make that happen.
All right, Bruce, let me take that. I'm going to take what you just said. I'm going to raise you this.
Mm-hmm.
You just found a bra that you've never seen your wife wear that happens to be like this Victoria's Secret $800 bra or something. I don't know, something crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, you just found pictures of her with her coworker, tonguing each other in a photo booth, 80s style, that fell out of some hidden compartment somewhere when he jostled some things around. You happen to know that you have a dead bedroom, and yet she's buying things that are geared for sex. You are a smart man. At what point would you need to ask for confirmation that she's doing something nefarious?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think what he's saying is here's the evidence I do have. Is there an alternative explanation that I just haven't thought of? Or
no. Is there one? Is there one?
I mean,
oh, he bought it just for him.
That's why he's asking.
She was going to surprise him.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
later on in the
jump to
post,
conclusions too fast in life. So he's not doing that. So that's okay.
Somebody said, Alana said that the update is juicier than the original. I feel like I should get to that. I got 6 minutes.
It wasn't that juicy, though. I read through it just to try and get the full context, and it's
He
Well, look
has
at
a
you
new
being
guy.
the party pooper.
Scroll down. Let's see it. I wanna see
No,
it.
she's talking about the one from before,
Oh,
the gaycation.
oh, you're talking
Oh,
about the
that was
gaycation?
more gaycation updates. Oh, geez.
Increasingly. Oh, this is the one that we didn't read. I'm on the wrong screen. The 49-year-old. Okay, update. So thank you for many replies. So as things stand, we're based in the UK. Why are people so polite in the UK, man? So can use no fault divorce if it comes to it. I don't think we're at the divorce stage yet. Just I think adding air tags or other tracking devices as well as hiring a PI is not needed currently. And also maybe a little extreme. And also, I think he has a brain. Maybe he's starting to come to the realization. As for confronting her, I will do, but I'm going to take what I think is a sensible approach and ask simply questions that only need yes or no answers to. Oh, Mr. Magoo, come on, man.
Ooh, yes or no questions. I'm a fan.
I would sign up for this guy's cross exams. Cross examine me, bitch. Let's go. Let's go. I am ready for this guy's cross exam.
Yeah.
All right. As for our relationship, maybe I'm not perfect. I feel like this guy's probably like a sweetheart, man. This guy's probably like a really sweet guy. But I do try my best. I'm not one of these guys who expects his wife to do a day's work and then do the same in the home. I always try and do my bit to help with running the home. As for our personal relationship, we do have date nights, and these are always fun times. When at home, we chat and laugh together. But sadly, maybe it's her gaycation. Maybe it's like like her girlfriend. Like he's friend zoned in a marriage. It feels like she has friend zoned him in their marriage.
Sure.
They don't have, you know what I mean? Sadly, over the last few years, it's been lacking in the bedroom department. Years. I've been trying many times to be intimate, but these advances get turned down so often that I stopped. So she hasn't, for the last few years, shown any intimacy towards me. The times I try to engage a conversation about it, she will find a reason not to have that conversation. And as not to destroy what we do as a couple and a family, I haven't pushed her on the situation. Maybe this is a wake-up I needed. Yeah. Maybe this is her wake-up call for what she wants and needs out of life. Where this ends, I'm not sure. I do love my wife, and in the 15 years we've been together, it's been generally a good, fun relationship. How we move forward eventually, I'm not sure. I wish we had Schnitzel here to give her opinion about what she thinks about what this guy is saying, because I feel like she would say that this guy's 100% been friend zoned. What do you guys think of that? Hey, did we lose Bruce?
That was Brad.
Oh, Brad?
But yeah, I agree. The fact that the wife is not interested in these conversations about it is a big red flag.
She's not interested. She's buying lingerie. Stephanie says, don't blame yourself when someone cheats. Yeah, I'm not saying he has to blame himself. There's no reason he needs to feel responsible for this. Look, he is who he is. I'm just saying that his inability to come to grips with what's right in front of him is red flags into what I feel like is going on, is all. MG Law says, or maybe she's just a god or good. Maybe she's just a good. I don't know what MG Law means. If she was a god, what would that be supposing? That she's like good at sex and just I don't know. Maybe she's just good, and I don't get it, MG. You're gonna have to explain. Winks says she definitely feels some sort of detachment or resentment towards him for some reason. Maybe it's because he's just never the guy that she was hoping he would pan out to be. He was what he was when she married him, and he didn't turn into frickin' Fabio over the course of the years. And so, what do you want from him, man? He's a Mr. Magoo over there. He's never going to change. He's a good guy. You friend zoned him. So, look, he's got a decision to make. He's going to have to either be comfortable with knowing that he's been friend zoned in his own marriage, and he's like 52, so it's not going to get any better. Or live your life as a single person. But I think the danger is, what if he chooses to, we'll just like keep things going. She might not be okay with that arrangement. At some point, she's not going to want to be doing these things behind closed doors. She wants to live out in the open.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to live this secretive lifestyle. That's what she's doing. And so that's not going to be feasible for her either. And so at 52, you just have to confront it, man. It's like, look, one way or another, this is not going the way we'd hoped. And so what now? And make a hard decision about what we're going to do. Stephanie B says, I was talking to him. I agree with you. I figured it's probably something like that. Jules says, no, that's exactly what I think, is that he wasn't what she'd hoped for. And so she's put him in his own lane. That's kind of sad. I don't know. That's kind of depressing. What do you think about that, Bruce?
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Wink says he doesn't deserve it either. He needs to bring it up. He doesn't deserve to be treated like that. I agree.
I think he's doing the British stiff upper lip thing.
Yeah, and I hate
in the bedroom thing.
I don't know what that means. I was never mind.
Working on my
Stephanie
routine.
says he's trying to rationalize why she might be cheating when he did it wrong. He shouldn't even go. Yeah, well, it's not. Look, I'm not going to say he's responsible for what's going on. She's the one that's cheated. Maybe who knows where it started, man? They got married with differing expectations of what would be, or maybe their expectations changed over time. There's a lot to dissect. MG says, I said maybe she's just a hoe. Hell yeah. Maybe she's just a whore.
Oh dear.
Oh, poor Mr. Magoo. Poor Mr. Magoo. You guys are fucked up.
In the friend zone. Oh dear.
I guess I was the one that called him Mr. Magoo. Now, I don't know, man. Look, she's got maybe she's having a midlife crisis. She's 49. Her biological clock is expired, I'd assume, at 49, right? She's not getting any younger. Maybe she's going through something. You never know. I don't know. I just know. I suspect that's what's going on based on what I know about these people from this Reddit post.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic, it's like 2:01, man. I apologize.
You're good.
We're good. Yeah, so that's really all I got to say about that. You got any closing thoughts on this hypothetical?
Not on this one.
Yeah, I'd do another one, but I don't have time.
Were there any other updates on that gaycation thing that we missed? People keep saying we missed something.
Yeah, somebody was saying something about that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I could pull it back up. The gaycation one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How old was the guy? He was like 49, right? Oh, the Ibiza one. All right, I pulled it back up.
Mm-hmm.
You
have to share it, I think.
Yeah. Let me stop that one and present a new one. 42. All right, so spoke to the sister-in-law. Well, we got to this one. There's commenter one. Your husband.
Wait,
well,
do
these
we?
are just
Can you
comments.
just scroll up to that? What was that? I don't think
Yeah,
we did that.
about
Yeah.
the sister-in-law screaming at him and stuff.
No, this isn't the screaming. This is another
This is different.
paragraph. Read this edit, yeah.
Spoke to other sister-in-law. My husband's family is older sister, him younger sister, original sister-in-law, and gave her a skimmed down version of it.
Mm-hmm.
She asked her husband, and thankfully he was deeply confused, but then mentioned about 2 years ago at a birthday party, he was approached by my husband and brother-in-law and signing up to some online boot camp around BDSM cross-dressing.
Oh my.
Wow. He assumed they were taking the piss out of, that's what I would think. I think I'd have to say, it's like, get the fuck out of here. So told them to fuck off and never really thought of it again. The fact that this has been going on for that long is making me want to throw up. Oh, so this guy's super effing gay.
So this guy was into it 2 years ago, too.
And he's been doing it for a while. Hey, if I invited you to a BDSM cross-dressing event for the holidays, Bruce, would you come?
I don't think so.
It doesn't bother me, but it's weird that you had to like think about it for a minute. Hey, Dominic, you want to go to a BDSM like bondage thing? Are you good?
I'm good off of that.
All right, clothing optional.
I try to keep an open mind.
I think Bruce is the epitome of keeping an open mind. He's a very logical person. From the school of Todd Dillahunty. Is his name Todd?
Matt.
Not Todd. Matt.
Yeah.
I don't know where Todd came from. I don't know.
The guy with the hat.
Oh, Tim Pool, that guy, the beanie guy.
I
I don't
know.
like that guy.
I don't know who that is.
Hey, folks, I love you all, man. I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. It's time to wrap this up.
Just Jules would go if it was just BDSM, but not the cross-dressing. See, that's why it took me so long. I had to parse this out because there's the BDSM part and there's the cross-dressing.
Yeah, it's like, what?
part.
I
And
got
had
a
to think about
cross-dress,
which
man.
of these two I would be into, if any.
I don't know, man. The BDSM thing seems kind of scary.
It seems like it doesn't seem like a very precise. It seems like an umbrella term. I don't know exactly what's going on.
Hey, Jules said that you could wear her stilettos, Dom.
I'm
Oh
good.
boy.
Probably trip all over yourself. Who could actually walk in stilettos? Man, have you seen those things? How do
Not
girls
me.
walk in those, man? Jesus. My brother used to do that. He used to wear my mom's high heels.
Mm.
Like walk around like he got practice. Well, I don't know. My brother's got game like
It
that.
makes your hips do things. That's for sure.
What does it make your hips do, Bruce?
No, like it makes the lady. I'm saying when the ladies do it, I notice.
Jill said
things
there's
I
safe
noticed
words.
about it.
What is the safe word going to be? Hey, help! Stop! Fidelio.
Oh boy. Watermelon.
Watermelon, moose, antlers, pickles. Hips don't lie.
Pickles is your safe word.
Pickles, 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 bitch.
Oh no. Yes, he winks nose.
Oh Jesus! Bring all the boys to the yard. Oh Jesus!
He knows.
I don't want to bring boys. Could I bring girls? How do you bring girls to the yard? You start doing the helicopter or something. All right, folks, man. I got to wrap this up, man. We got to get out. We got to get out of here before the show gets a little nuttier. I'm going to save the remaining 2 hypotheticals for next week's episode.
Very good.
Yeah. Hey, I love you guys a lot. You guys have a good weekend. Be safe out there.
Yep.
Bye-bye.